wondering how many will he hit. Miller Park, it is game one, the Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Pittsburgh sweeping Milwaukee in Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago, and now Braun and the crew trying to answer back. Braun, a former Rookie of the Year, and you got Casey McGee, Andrew McCutchen, Garrett Jones, all potential Rookies of the Year this year. They headlined a weekend series against the Pirates. Manny Parra against Zach Duke. The roof is open and a beautiful day for baseball. Hi, everybody. Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. Great to have you with us. We're looking forward to this matchup. A lot of great young talent on display here at Rock, and guys like McCutchen and guys like Garrett Jones and our own Casey McGee.
And some new faces in National League Central that are having some pretty good years so far this year that you might see for a long, long time. Garrett Jones, he was released by the Twins, and all of a sudden, he's been one of the biggest run producers for the Pirates, hitting over 290, 15 home runs. He's got the world of power. He can hit the ball to the opposite field, pull it very well. Andrew McCutchen, another guy. The Pirates actually traded two pretty good center fielders to allow this guy to play. Nate McLeod, Niger Morgan. He's got 15 stolen bases. Jones does it with power. McCutchen does it with speed with those 15 stolen bases. And everybody knows about Casey McGee, the importance of Casey McGee to the lineup for the Brewers. How he goes the rest of the way may very well dictate how Prince Fielder is going to be pitched the rest of the way. 290 batting average, and only 245 at bats. He's got 39 RBIs and 10 home runs. So three guys in this series that you might see a lot of going down the road.
Well, the Brewers feel like they've got a little payback. It's the Brewers and the Pirates. The lineups and the first pitch coming your way next on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Your world delivered. Beautiful Miller Park on a Friday night, and there is John Russell, the skipper of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have won 7 of their last 10 games. Delwin Young having a great year, a .304 hitter. Garrett Jones leads the pace in home runs. He's making a bid at Rookie of the Year despite not being called up until July 1st. Pittsburgh coming off a series win against the Phillies. They won 2 out of 3 against their in-state rival. And John Russell's lineup is brought to you by Subway. Andrew McCutchen, Delwyn Young, and Garrett Jones at the top of the order. Andy LaRoche, Ryan Delman, and Lastings Milledge in the middle, with Steve Pearce, Luis Cruz, and Zach Duke rounding it out. And here's how the Brewers line up defensively tonight. Ryan Braun, Mike Cameron, and Jason Bourgeois in the outfield. Casey McGee, Alcides Escobar, Felipe Lopez, and Prince Fielder, and a battery of Jason Kendall and Manny Parra.
Well, Manny Parra had won his first 5 decisions after his recall from the minor leagues, but his last 2 starts have not been very good. He's been giving up some home runs. Very unusual for Manny Parra. 7 home runs in his last 3 starts after allowing only 10 in his first 19 starts as a Brewer. And for our Piggly Wiggly scouting report, let's go right to the source. Chris Bosio, Brewers pitching coach, on Manny's performance tonight.
You know, young guy trying to do a lot, and just guilty of trying to do too much. You know, he's starting to get in some uncharted waters, like Giovanni with the inning total. Being a young guy, you know, he tries to get it all done in one pitch, and when it flattens out, he gets in trouble, whether it's in the zone or out of the zone. And he's got to control his emotions, be aggressive, and just have good pre-pitch thoughts and execute the pitch.
Yep, stay positive and pound that fastball, particularly on the hands of this Pirate club. One thing you got to be careful with the Pirates, good fastball hitters, particularly early in the count, so that change-up, the split are going to be important early on tonight.
There's the crew chief, Jerry Lane. He calls the balls and strikes tonight. On the bases, Tony Randazzo, Rob Drake, and Damian Beal. Haven't seen much of Jerry Lane this year. I think maybe the first time he's been in Miller Park.
I do not remember a game for the Brewers with Jerry Lane behind home plate or even in the ballpark. Yeah.
Here's Andrew McCutchen to lead off, and Parra's first pitch in there. A strike, and away we go on a gorgeous Friday night. Oh, just beautiful night. Beautiful day all day. Temperatures in the 60s, and hopefully a lot of fun here at the ballpark. The Brewers have dropped 3 straight and trying to turn around their fortunes. Pittsburgh's been playing well. They won 2 out of 3 against Philadelphia and had a couple of big late home runs. McCutchen hit a game winner earlier in the week, and then it was Garrett Jones who hit an 8th inning home run yesterday. And a bouncer for a base hit. McCutchen on base to start it.
Well, they really are playing with reckless abandon and really don't have anything to lose. A lot of these young Pirates are just playing, having a good time, and starting to win some games. It all started with that series against the Brewers in Pittsburgh. Since that time, they've been playing very well, both pitching well and getting some timely hits. We talked about Andrew McCutchen on our open tonight. Good young player with a lot of speed.
Now McCutchen has now extended his hitting streak to 10 games, making a serious case for Rookie of the Year. As Delwyn Young stands in. McCutchen's a guy you got to watch on the base paths. He's only been caught 3 times, 15 bags already this season. Delwyn Young, Brewer killer, at the plate for the Pirates. Showed you the numbers for Delwyn Young against Milwaukee when we posted the lineups. How about a .481 batting average, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in.
A switch hitter that is very good from both sides of the plate. Hits the ball where it's pitched, and he can run a little bit too. So pretty good speed at the top of this Pirate order.
Young playing right field when the Brewers first saw him this year, and then playing exclusively at second base, and he rips one down the line. He stays hot. McCutchen has great speed, and around third he comes. He'll be held up. Now the Pirates sensing a big inning, holding up McCutchen, and it's a double for Delwyn Young, and his torrid pace against the Brewers continues.
Yeah, might have been able to score, but with nobody out, you don't want to make the first out at home plate. A tumbler, a split-fingered fastball that stayed up in the zone, and Delwyn Young rips it down the line. I think McCutchen thought he was going to be waved around, but held up. We got the meat of the order coming up. Why make it? Why risk it at home plate?
Now this is the kind of Pirates club we saw in Pittsburgh. Free swinging as Jones lifts one into deep short. Escobar will haul it in for out number one. This ball club will swing away at the first pitch probably more than any other team in the National League, maybe with the exception of the Marlins. And, they can do some damage when they square up as well, especially with this current lineup. They played home run derby against the Brewers in Pittsburgh. 6 home runs in the 3-game series for a team that has only hit 102 all season. But this is kind of the new look Pirates. You basically throw away all the team statistics for this team because they've had so much turnover.
Yeah, you look at all the statistics in the National League, and if the Pirates are down in one area, up in another area, it just really doesn't matter because it's a whole new crop of players. There's 6 home runs coming into ballpark, PNC Park. Tough to hit homers.
Pirates have made a number of trades as Zach Duke has made his way to the dugout. They traded both of their center fielders, Nate McLouth and Nyjer Morgan. Traded away Adam LaRoche. Paving the way for some of these young players in their minor league system. A lot of turnover. McLouth, Hinske sent to the Yankees. Nyjer Morgan to the Nationals. Sean Burnett. Adam LaRoche was bounced from Boston and then right back to Atlanta. And then their keystone combination of Jack Wilson and Freddie Sanchez. Well, traded away as well.
Yeah, traded away 3 left-handed pitchers, so the Pirates do not have a lefty in the bullpen.
I think it was 7 of their 8 in their opening day lineup traded away at one point. Here's Ryan Doumit. Parra with the bases loaded behind him, intentionally walking Andy LaRoche, hoping to give Parra a chance to get out of this inning with one swing of the bat. Doumit down quickly. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, get the ball down and have him beat it in the ground. Doumit's grounded into 9 double plays this year.
Doumit with 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. An injury-riddled season. And a little foul tip. Did Kendall hang on? No, he didn't. Bounces first, and Doumit stays alive.
Yeah, that was a good splitter by Manny that time. Good pitch, good location. Outer half and down. That's where you want it.
It's just a luck play for a catcher. It's either in your mitt or it's not.
That's not something you can work on.
No skill involved in that.
You either catch or you don't.
So another 1-2 on the way from Manny. And a fastball missed. Trouble early for Parra and the Brewers. The Pirates with the bases loaded and 1 gone. Parra has the strikeout ability. And that one's bounced over to McGee. He's got it. The fire to second. Lopez the turn. In time, a double play. And the Brewers get out of a mess. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the Pirates cannot score. That could be big. We'll see. So the Brewers coming up for the first time. in the middle of the order with Kendall, Escobar, and Hara rounding it out. The Subway lineup that will face Zach Duke. He has been very good this year.
Yes, he has. The Piggly Wiggly scouting report. The first time the Brewers have seen this guy all year. This is the 7th series against the Pirates. Career 3-4 against Milwaukee. Throws 4 pitches for strikes. Got a very good sinking fastball and actually better against right-handed batters. A .268 opponent batting average as opposed to lefties hit him at a .281 clip.
Felipe Lopez set to lead off. Lopez, a switch hitter, .319 batting average to start the day. But as a Milwaukee Brewer, he has been on some kind of tear. Lopez in our Taco Bell Who's Hot. Among those who have been traded, only Matt Holliday has a better batting average at .381. Holliday with the Cardinals. Lopez hitting .362 as a Brewer. Take a look at that list. Nyjer Morgan just injured. He broke his finger after he was traded to the Washington Nationals. That was just recently here.
Yeah, Jeff Francoeur with the Mets has responded nicely. He really has. He needed a change of scenery.
Lopez with 8 home runs, 2 of those coming as a Brewer. And continues to climb the list among the National League batting leaders. That's a hot one over to LaRoche. And 1 gone here in the first. Lopez is retired. Let's set up the Pirates defense for you behind Zach Duke, Lastings Milledge, Andrew McCutchen, and Garrett Jones. Andy LaRoche, Luis Cruz, Delwin Young, and Steve Pearce around the horn. And a battery of Ryan Doumit and Zach Duke. Luis Cruz getting the start at shortstop. Ronnie Cedeno has a broken finger and is available to pinch hit, but unavailable to start on most nights, at least the last couple of nights.
Yeah, the Pirates continue to play pretty good defense. They've committed the fewest errors of any team in the National League, even with all the changes to their roster.
Jason Bourgeois getting the start here tonight. Ryan Braun to follow. Anybody gets on, fielder will bat in this first inning, which is always the goal. This is Ken Macha's speed version of the lineup. A little different version than what Macha expected when he started the year. Had plenty of power pretty much throughout his lineup, with the exception of the 8 and 9 spots on most nights. Anybody could hit the long ball, but with Bourgeois and Escobar in there, and Jason Kendall, and Felipe Lopez, you got guys who use their legs more than the big power bats. Ricky Weeks brought both and is sorely missed since his injury. Kind of like Ricky, though, hanging out every day. He wants to be a part of the club and wants to cheer on his teammates and be the best cheerleader he can in his own words, but he's going through all of his rehabilitation work before the game and all of his drills that he does, and then he hangs out for the game for support as Bourgeois gets one to left, a base hit.
Now fastball up in the strike zone. Zach Duke has been doing a good job keeping the baseball down. 17 home runs allowed, that in 173 innings. Does a nice job getting the double play ball. Not much of a strikeout pitcher, only 83 strikeouts in those 173 innings. He's really been throwing well. About 10 and 11 with a .338 ERA. Hasn't been getting a whole lot of runs to work with.
So a base runner with 1 out. Bourgeois very fast, had 36 stolen bases in AAA before his promotion. And Braun lines run into the gap. Milledge cuts it off. Bourgeois will be held at second. Braun wasting no time, jumping on the first pitch, and the Brewers have 2 on for Prince Fielder.
Yeah, you get a fastball down the middle against this guy, you better not waste it. There's a fine line between patient at the plate and attacking early, but a pitch like that, a 4-seamer right down the middle. You can't let those go by, first pitch or not. And Ryan hits it hard into left.
Tough to sneak a ball through this Pirates outfield. They are fast out there, especially in left and center. So 2 on, and here is Fielder now. Yesterday, Prince hit a 3-run home run in the first inning. And a hanging breaking ball is in there for a strike. Fielder belted number 35 last night. He tops our Powerball home run leaderboard. Fielder is 3rd in the league in long balls and leads all of Major League Baseball in RBI still with 115. As a matter of fact, Ryan Howard has now passed Albert Pujols in the RBI race. Howard with 108, Pujols 107. 2 fast runners aboard, 1 gone. All in a strike.
And these are the types of pitchers that Prince Fielder pretty much gives up. Thinking about pulling a baseball, you can see Garrett Jones is way off the line and right, so everybody figuring that Prince is going to hit the ball to the opposite field. That's ordinarily what he does against guys that work him away.
And Fielder sends one deep to right. He will watch this one fly. Prince Fielder, a 3-run home run. Number 36. And tack on 3 more runs batted in.
Kind of scary, just like the Brewers started yesterday's ball game with a Prince Fielder homer. He uses the opposite field against lefties, except when they hang curveballs to him. That ball stayed middle of the plate, hung up there for Prince, and he belted it. The 12th of the year for Prince against a left-handed pitcher. I tell you, that guy is locked in. He's been that way just about all year. Is that what you call a back leg swing?
A dip and a drive.
I don't think there was any weight on his front foot.
Fielder now with 118 RBIs, 36th home run of the year. Albert Pujols dominates the MVP talk, but Fielder just continues to put up the huge numbers. There's a base hit. Casey McGee rolls one through. Well, and how about the start to this game? The Pirates have 2 on with nobody out. Runners at 2nd and 3rd in their half of the first inning. They get bases loaded with 1 out and cannot score. The Brewers come right back, 3 on the board already, and McGee keeps it going here in the first inning.
It's identical to yesterday's start. I mean, exactly identical, with Lopez making the first out of the game yesterday and the Brewers putting together hits, including a home run by Prince up in the Tundra territory in right center. Hopefully today the Brew Crew is going to be able to add on.
Add on and shut down. As Fielder gives his club an early lead once again. Prince has home runs in 3 consecutive games now. Zach Duke in trouble early. McGee takes off and they've got him picked off.
Man, that looked like a balk. My goodness.
That's what Casey McGee is asking Damian Beal.
Man. He didn't go in the first move, but Zach Duke has that move. He just hangs that leg. He waits for the runner to commit himself, and Eddie Cedar going to have a talk with the first base umpire over there, Tony Randazzo. Check it out. Well, he looks like he's leaning to home plate.
Practically stepping to home plate.
And he stops and then throws to first. That's a balk move right there. But he got away with it. The 45-degree line from the pitching rubber to the first baseline. Reminds the old Bob McClure move to first.
Just step to the plate and throw to first?
It doesn't matter where you step. Just throw to first regardless.
Well, I think Casey McGee's got a beef here.
You got to be a contortionist to be able to make that throw. Not only was the step toward home plate, but he was leaning toward home plate.
Cameron fouls one away, 2-2 the count.
So I guess bottom line is I don't think the Brewers are going to do a lot of running tonight.
Well, there is that imaginary line. As the rule book states it, you can't cross over and still throw to first base. But that's a line that cuts the first baseline in half. As Cameron shoots one into left. And another base hit. Boy, the Brewers have strung together 5 consecutive hits against Zach Duke.
And all the right-handers pulling him. 4 singles by the right-handers, and Prince Fielder pulled his as well, and that's ordinarily not the approach against Zach Duke. But right now, first inning, getting everything up in the zone.
Well, Jason Kendall, the 7th batter to hit in this inning for the Brew Crew. 3-0 on Fielder's 3-run home run. 2 outs in the inning. And by the way, if you're scoring, McGee officially is caught stealing, 1 to 3 to 6. Kendall has 1 hit on the homestand. He's 1 for 7. Does have an RBI. Had a pretty good series against Pittsburgh last time through, and his season numbers against the Pirates, he's at .259. Kendall on Wednesday against Cincinnati was hit by a pitch twice, which moved him into 5th place on the all-time hit by pitch list. And he's the active leader in that category. Duke, a guy who likes to work inside. Kendall wearing that protective sleeve on his elbow. And he's very skilled at taking inside fastballs off that sleeve.
And really not trying to get out of the way too much. Make it look good, but really not get out of the way with that pad on there. Not going to hurt.
Ron Hunt didn't use the protective sleeve.
No, nobody did. Don Baylor.
He's the first guy that comes to mind.
Yeah, big boy.
Craig Biggio.
Big man, Don Baylor.
Biggio was in the armor area.
Yeah.
When
toward the end, anyway.
Before that was outlawed, the full-blown plastic shield. Kendall draws the walk. So the beat goes on for the Brewers. 6 consecutive base runners have reached. And it's first and second with 2 outs. And here's Alcides Escobar. And Joe Kerrigan wants a word with his left-hander Zach Duke, who for the most part has been the Pirates' ace this year.
Yeah, all the numbers for Zach Duke have been very good, except for the win-loss record. Sometimes a pitcher can't do much about that, or he doesn't get a lot of runs. Only 39 walks and 173 now plus innings. 83 strikeouts, a ground ball pitcher. And really no concern at this point for John Russell and the Pirates.
It wasn't a graphic mistake. That Dave Kerwin was the name that Jason Kendall has put on Joe Kerrigan for the rest of the year. That was an incident earlier this year when the benches cleared between the Brewers and the Pirates. And the 2 feistiest of the bunch were Jason Kendall and Joe Kerrigan, who Kendall referenced as Dave Kerwin in the post-game press conference.
Didn't know who he was. Yeah, right. Didn't know his name.
Backstory.
Good job.
Escobar takes strike 1. Alcides Escobar has 1 homer, 2 RBIs in the big leagues, 10 hits in 42 major league at-bats this year. On the last road trip, had his first extra base hit, a double, and then his first home run the next day. Young 22-year-old shortstop, phenom talent out of the Brewers minor league system, out of Venezuela.
Off to a nice start so far. I think he's done fairly well. Doesn't appear to be overwhelmed at the big league level.
Shoots out through the right side, a base hit. Cameron had a good break, and he will come in to score as Escobar drives in a run. Kendall advances on the plate, and the Brewers have a 4-0 lead.
Well, and again, just like yesterday's ball game, a 4-0 lead in the first inning, and Escobar doing exactly what he has to do: hit the ball where it's pitched. Zach Duke trying to sink one off the corner. It stayed up in the zone, and able to sneak it into right field. Garrett Jones threw to the wrong base. No chance at Cameron. Should have gone to third base with it.
Instead, Jason Kendall able to advance. And runners are at the corners for Manny Parra, the Brewers pitcher, batting in the first inning. Parra had a good cut. All-star Zach Duke off to a rocky start here in Milwaukee. The most earned runs Duke has allowed in a game all season is 6. He's given up 4 here in the first inning. And even in that game against the Braves, he went 6 innings. It's been a model of consistency. Duke went 7 innings, only 2 runs allowed against Cincinnati his last time out. Runners at the corners with 2 away. 4 runs are in for the Brewers, and Parra sends one back up the middle, gloved by Young, and he throws it away. Kendall scores, and the inning continues for the Brewers. They bat around in the first inning. That is going to go as an infield hit for Manny Parra and give him an RBI.
Well, even a good throw, it would have been a question whether they would have been able to throw Escobar out at second base. He's got good speed. Escobar with a good jump with 2 outs, and it would have been close. They might have got him, but they're going to give Manny a single and an RBI. So even Manny Parra, the pitcher, making good contact. It looks as though if Cruz catches that baseball, it's an out at second.
That was a hot potato coming from Delwin Young, who knew he had to get it there in a hurry.
Looks like he alligator armed it just a little bit because Escobar was coming in hot.
So Lopez bats for the second time, and you can thank Escobar's speed for the inning continuing here. First and second, 2 outs, 5-0 Brewers on 7 hits. Felipe Lopez starts the day 4th in the National League in batting. Hanley Ramirez is running away with a batting title. He's hitting .364. And then Pablo Sandoval at .331. David Wright at .324. Lopez and Todd Helton tied for 4th at .319 to start the day.
Yeah, Pablo Sandoval had too many at bats last year with the Giants, or he'd have been the runaway Rookie of the Year candidate this year. Had a few too many at bats. Does not qualify as a rookie this year.
Well, they said in spring training they thought Pablo Sandoval had a chance to win a batting title. You kind of take it with a grain of salt with a second-year player. He's right up there. He's not going to win it, but he's got a chance to hit over .330 this year. San Francisco will be in Milwaukee for the next homestand. 2-2 the count on Lopez. First and second with 2 outs. Count goes full. Well, and you're wondering how much longer John Russell will stick with Zach Duke. Already bullpen activity in the first inning.
40 pitches for Zach Duke.
That's Chris Butchek loosening. Runners will take off, and Lopez in the hole at short. Long throw for Cruz, and it's in time for the out. Lopez still bothered by that toe injury. A big inning. The Brewers put a 5 spot on the board, 3 of them with 1 swing of the bat by the big man. belting his 150th career home run. Time now for What Do You Know, brought to you by Radio Shack. Did you know that Miller Park ranks 4th in the major leagues this year with an average of 2.61 home runs per game? 4th in the big leagues in home run percentage, and Prince Fielder has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, the whole team really, 148 home runs.
Yankee Stadium is tops on that list.
Yep, got to believe Philadelphia's got to be in there. Yes, they are. 2.82 home runs per game. Now, sometimes it has a lot to do with the type of ballpark, where the ball travels, the dimensions of the ballpark, but most of the time it has everything to do with the hitters in that ballpark. The hitters that actually hit 81 times a year.
And the combination of power hitters at a power ballpark kind of works that way. You know, Yankee Stadium sluggers are going to love to go play for the Yankees, because that is a launching pad in New York. Not a bad home run hitting ballpark here, though. Yankee Stadium, Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, and Rangers Ballpark in Arlington.
Yeah.
A little flare by Millage. That is going to fall fair. A base hit. A little handle shot that finds the line, and Lastings Millage is on with a single.
Man, that's the way you have to pitch Millage. I mean, you have to bust him hard in on his hands with a fastball. Manny able to do it, but Millage able to fight it off inside the right field line. Pretty good piece of hitting. Able to fight it off. Maybe a little bit too much of the plate, but still a pretty good pitch up and in. Down on a trademark.
There's a strike to Steve Pearce. Pearce starting at first base, 36 games with the Pirates this season, has 3 homers and 10 RBIs. Saw a little bit of Pearce last year. Up and down between the big leagues and AAA. He showed some flashes in 07. He had 294 in 07 as a September call up. Pirates trying to give him some consistent at bats to see what he can do and show some of his minor league stats and prove him worthy here in the big leagues.
Yeah, made starts in 2 of the 3 games in Pittsburgh recently when the Brewers were there, and didn't swing the bat all that well. Did pick up 1 base hit. Now Prince Fielder going out telling Matt, let's go, kid, let's throw some strikes here. Got a 5-run lead and we're not done yet. Let's get him.
Now the Brewers impressive in the first. They get the home run from Fielder, but then they add on to it, and that's usually a recipe for success for the Brew Crew when it's the supporting cast that does the job, not just Braun and Fielder. And another one in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike on Pearce.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. That I guarantee that's what Prince was talking about. Let's go get him with the fastball. And trying to be a leader out there. Manny, the very next pitch, throws the splitter. You can see the expression on Maka's face, thinking, what's going on here? 2-1, we're up 5-0.
How about the expression for Prince?
Yeah.
Good talk, Russ. There's a fastball and it misses. And 2 on to start this inning.
Where nothing infuriates a manager more than putting up a 5 spot in the first. You have a 5-0 lead and you start walking batters. Can't do that. Good way to get yanked out of a game quick.
Well, beautiful night for baseball. Comfortable, cool night here in Milwaukee. And again, the Pirates have the first 2 base runners aboard. Luis Cruz, Pittsburgh shortstop, takes a strike. Jack Wilson the everyday shortstop in Pittsburgh until he was traded to the Mariners. In return from the Mariners, the Pirates got Ronnie Cedeno, and he kind of took over in that everyday role, and he was swinging a hot bat,
hitting some homers.
He hurt the Brewers on a couple of occasions in that 3-game sweep in Pittsburgh. No balls, 2 strikes on Cruz. And a liner to right. Bourgeois makes the play. Millage tags, and he'll make it without a throw. First and third now with 1 away in the second.
If you're traveling and can't watch your Brewers on Fox Sports Wisconsin, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. It's the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games every week. And catch those you missed on demand. For details, go to Brewers.com, where baseball is always on.
Here's Zach Duke. Duke surrendering 5 runs in the first inning, and he's bunting, and he takes a strike. 26-year-old left-hander Zach Duke
swings it pretty well. I'm surprised he's bunting. I would imagine because you've got the left-handed pitcher out there in the mound. Hitting almost 200. That's not bad.
That's kind of the mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
For hitters, it's 300. For position players, I should say, and for pitchers with the bat, it's 200. The Mendoza line.
Hey, you hit 200, you're doing okay.
Duke has 9 hits this year. He's driven in 3 runs. Parra would love to get a ground ball out of him here. We'll see if Duke continues to show bunt. Millage has good speed at third. Duke squares, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
One thing you always try and keep an eye on with a pitcher. I mean, you'd like to see him get base hits, but how does he stack up with the sacrifice bunts? 13 sacrifices for Duke. That's very good, and he's only struck out 13 times. So 13 strikeouts and 46 at bats, not bad.
Well, he's shown a good eye. 2 balls and a strike has the count in his favor. Not bunting here, and he takes a ball, and it's 3-1. Well, the troubles for the Brewers yesterday started with a walk to the pitcher. Cincinnati got a walk from their pitcher Justin Lear, and the Reds quickly proceeded to put 5 runs on the board. 3-1. Bouncer foul, 3-2.
Isn't that the way it always starts, with a walk? There's walks always involved in big innings.
Parra has issued 1 walk, but it was an intentional walk. Ball 4. Duke draws the walk. Now the Brewers get 5 runs in the first, and Parra immediately has the bases loaded behind him in the second inning. And here comes Chris Bosio.
Boy, nothing drops the heads of your offense like an inning like this. You know, a jam shot, a couple of walks. You walk the pitcher of all people, and it frustrates everybody. And not that Manny Parra trying to walk people, but you just can't do it. Particularly when you're at the bottom of the order. Got to make them throw strikes. Got to make them hit them.
Well, again, the Pirates have the bases loaded with 1 out. Last time in this situation, Ryan Doumit rolled into a 5-4-3 double play. It's one of the toughest guys to double up in the league here at the plate now, Andrew McCutchen. Top of the Pirates order. McCutchen has great speed, and certainly his game is with his legs, but he also shows some pop in his bat. Has 9 home runs, hit a walk-off home run against the Philadelphia Phillies, in their last series. And that one is lined into the gap. That's going to score a bunch. Millage will come in to score. Here comes Pierce right behind him. He scores as Andrew McCutchen drives in a pair with a double.
Boy, smoked that ball right down the middle of the plate. Manny having a tough time putting the ball where he wants to. Tries to find the corners. He's missing with it. Walking batters, and that pitch right down the middle. McCutchen rips it into the gap. And because the Pirates are down 5-0, they hold the pitcher Zach Duke at third base. Anybody else on the bases, I think that would have been cleared. 3 runs in, but you don't want to have your pitcher involved in a play at the plate.
And now Delwyn Young swinging at the first pitch. A little flare. Cameron's got it, and no tag from Zach Duke. So the Brewers get it out, and the Pirates do not advance any base runners.
These guys hack early, don't they? First pitch. Remember Garrett Jones in the first inning with runners at second and third popped out on the first pitch. They see a fastball they like, they're going after it.
Jones steps in now, a dangerous hitter. Playing in only his 49th game in the major leagues this year. He has 15 home runs, which leads all National League rookies to start the day. Pirates picked him up off the scrap heap. The Twins let him go. He had no position to play at the big league level in Minnesota. Took a shot with the Pirates. Chose the Pirates over the Phillies because he thought he might get a shot in the big leagues, and boy, was that a good call. Since July 1st, when he arrived to the major leagues, a .291 average, 29 runs, 15 homers, and 30 driven in. Those are his major league ranks since July 1st.
And excellent opposite field power.
Pulls that one foul, and it's 1-2.
A couple left-handed hitters that we see coming into Miller Park. Joey Votto, good opposite field power, and Garrett Jones the same.
Jones, Rasmussen, McGee, top 3 in the National League in home runs for rookies. One and two with 2 away. Second and third for the Pirates. And a swing and a miss. Parra strikes him out. Pittsburgh strands a pair, but they get 2 on the board. 5-2 Milwaukee. Ryan Braun, Prince Fielder, they hit when we come back from the
some swings today for the first time. He said he's starting to feel better with each day. The problem now is just he only experienced severe pain when he's trying to sit down or trying to get up. But once he's up, he's fine, and once he's down, he's fine. He said it's also good being around the team. It also helps motivate him to want to get back soon. And guys, you mentioned Ricky Weeks earlier, hanging out with the team a lot, getting his rehab stuff in before the game. And I caught up with Ricky Weeks before today's game, and we're going to check in with him tomorrow on Brewers Live, guys.
That is Jason Bourgeois' first home run. Number 1 of his major league career. Jason Bourgeois puts the Brewers on top 6-2. What a great moment for him.
And he's going to be able to keep the baseball. Ended up in the Brewer bullpen. You know the Brewer relievers will save it for him. Boy, that's got to feel good. Through all those years in the minor leagues, a hanging breaking ball. Boy, Zach Duke having a tough time getting the baseball down. That one a hanger, and Bourgeois bangs it out of here into the Brewer pen. Home run number 1.
Well, he hits it into that Brewer bullpen, which means that'll be an easy trophy for Bourgeois. And we saw Alcides Escobar homer on the last road trip. Now Bourgeois is on the board. What a great moment. Many years in the minor leagues.
And you never forget your first major league home run.
He gives the Sammy Sosa salute.
Good for him.
Seen a lot of firsts this year. Chris Narveson won his first major league game. Alcides Escobar with his first homer, and now Bourgeois joins that list. Well, you cover this game every day. Those are just special moments. You're happy for the guy.
No feeling like it. So Chris Narveson pick up his first ever major league win on the last road trip, and now Bourgeois and Escobar with their first major league home runs. Escobar ended up getting his home run ball too, didn't he?
Yep. Thanks to Marcus Hanel. And excited to get it. He didn't think he was going to get it back. It was in the seats, and you never know. Sometimes fans take the baseball, walk away, hold ransom. But he got it. That was a great moment for him. As Braun pops it up. The first out of the inning.
Yeah, some fans, when the visiting team hits a home run, just fire it right back onto the field. I think that's what Escobar was hoping for, but didn't do it. Marcus Hanel came to the rescue and got it for him.
6-2 Brewers. And here's Fielder now. 3-run homer his first time up, and a healthy cut against Zach Duke in the second inning. Fielder's home run rate right now is 1 every 12.8 at bats. Among league leaders, Pujols is at 1 every 11.1 at bats. Fielder climbing fast on the franchise home run leaderboard, is 150th homer in the first inning. Little bouncer out to Pierce, and he'll take it himself out in the 2. Well, the Brewers doing big damage in the first inning. Every single batter had a hit, with the exception of Felipe Lopez. He made the 2 outs in the inning. Casey McGee was caught stealing. It's a good looking scorebook right there.
A flush. 5 diamonds. That looks good in the first inning.
Escobar with a hit. Manny Parra had an RBI. Fielder drove in 3.
You play cards, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't? Right?
Not very well. Go Fish.
Yeah. I fish too.
Well, Casey singled his first time up, and then was thrown out at second base, trying to steal on the front end of a failed hit and run. In Casey's defense, it looked like a balk from Zach Duke.
Yeah. Everybody but the first base umpire, I think, thought it was a balk.
It's all that matters. Tony Randazzo at first base. Ball and 2 strikes on McGee. And a breaking ball lined into center. McCutchen makes the catch. Excellent play by Andrew McCutchen. The inning is over, but Jason Bourgeois with a milestone career home run number 1. By Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig and save. And by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin. Jason Bourgeois with his first Major League homer. And it adds to a Brewer lead, 6-2 Milwaukee. And the Pirates come out banging away once again. A leadoff runner aboard for the 3rd consecutive inning as Andy LaRoche swings at the first pitch and delivers a hit to left.
Yeah, a lot of guys doing that, particularly on the fastball. First pitch fastball by Manny. Beats it in the ground, but with Casey McGee, even with the bag at third, able to get it into left field. Second time we've seen one of those hits. McCutchen had one of those, a high chopper over the infield.
Another first pitch swinger. McGee, great pickup to Lopez, and the turn not in time. Lopez hung in there tough. Casey took a very tough hop and turned it into a lead out on Doman.
And a very good throw. No chance for Lopez to be able to turn it. Just wasn't able to get enough on the throw. Kind of an awkward pivot. Really having a tough time with his mobility. Talking about Lopez, just not able to move around very well. Got to tip your hat to him just to be out there. Ordinary guy going to jump and get out of the way, try and get his momentum going toward first. Just can't do it right now.
And it's the right toe that has given Lopez trouble. So Parra has thrown 3 pitches in this 3rd inning and already has an out, and he's given up a hit. Free swinging Pirates. Millett singled to right his last time up. He scored a run.
Whatever they're doing, I don't think John Russell's really going to change it too much because they've been playing some pretty good ball. Swinging the bats well. I mean, young hitters for the most part do that. I mean, they get a fastball regardless of what the count is, what the situation is. They're going to swing at it. It makes them tough to pitch to.
Tough to get a book on a guy when he's swinging early. And there's a shot, a base hit. Millage with his second hit. And here come the Pirates again. 2 runners on, just 1 out. All right, that leads us to our carsoup.com email the booth question. And it comes from Corey Voth. Corey Voth wants to know, who do you think is the National League Rookie of the Year if the season ended today? Well, I think the Rookie of the Year, in my opinion, is going to come from the pitching side.
Yeah, Jay Happ really having a nice run.
Position players on that list. You see the numbers they've acquired. Casey McGee is up there in batting average and home runs. Garrett Jones leads all rookies in home runs. As Steve Pearce sends one down the left field line, that's going to go to the wall. That's got a chance to score a couple. Here comes Millage around third, and he will score. And the Pirates swinging away early. 2 more runs on the board, and just like that, it's 6-4.
Now, Manny just can't locate his fastball. I mean, getting an awful lot of the plate with his fastball. Just can't get it on the corners and get it down in the zone. And the Pirates have been coming out hacking. You see where that pitch was? Belt high, middle in, and Steve Pearce able to rip it down the left field line for another couple of RBIs. The Pirates aren't going to go away quietly. 6-4 now, and still only 1 out.
Double number 10 for Pearce. Drives in a pair in this 3rd inning. The Pirates have had base runners everywhere in this game. 4 runs on 7 hits already. And Parra's issued a couple of walks as well. Luis Cruz flew out to right his last time up. And a bouncer. McGee's got it. Awkward throw in time. How about that play from Casey McGee? In and out of his glove in a hurry with a fast base runner. And it's out number 2, and a big one there for Manny Parra.
Really didn't have time to slow down, set himself, and make a throw. He had to get rid of it quickly because Cruz getting down the line pretty good. Saul Escobar, the trailer, going over to third base just in case Steve Pearce had thoughts about going to third.
Two gone. Runner at second for Zach Duke. Parra starts him with a breaking ball. The Pirate pitcher walked his last time up. Ten runs and 15 hits already combined. We're only in the top of the 3rd inning. Parra falling behind Duke. And it's 2-2. The Brewers have won 18 straight home games against Pittsburgh. They had their 17 consecutive game streak snap in Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago. But they've won 18 in a row here at Miller Park against the Pirates. Matter of fact, the last Pittsburgh win at Miller Park came in 2007 on May 3rd of 2007. Full count to the Pittsburgh pitcher, Zach Duke. Rolls one out to Lopez. Nice easy hop. And the inning is over, but Pittsburgh comes up with 2 more runs on 3 more hits. Martinez. That game delayed by rain. On the position player side, Casey McGee, Colby Rasmus, Dexter Fowler's having a terrific year in Colorado. And the two Pirates, Andrew McCutchen and Garrett Jones. So that's kind of what is on our radar as far as the Rookie of the Year candidates.
Well, Randy Wells, one of the starters for the Chicago Cubs, a 3.06 ERA. He's got 9 wins.
Mike Cameron sends one down the line. Over to cut it off is Millage. Cameron on his way to second. And he's in there with a double. Cameron with a leadoff double in the 3rd inning. And the hits keep coming tonight at Miller Park.
I tell you, no ill effects of the big bowling outing for Mike Cameron last night. I tell you, maybe other guys go out bowling tonight. Rolling a couple of balls down the lanes, and he comes out. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Rips that one down the line. They had him shaded around toward left center. That's why Cam had so much time to get into second base. And gets in there easily.
Cameron at second for Kendall, who squares to bunt, takes a strike.
9 hits already for the Brewers against Zach Duke. Who would have thought?
More hits than strikes for Cameron last night. How many strikes did Cameron have, Telly?
Well, I didn't see too many from Cameron, but a lot of other guys, they're really good bowlers, and I thought it was quite funny. A lot of the pitchers were bowling with their opposite arm rather, so it was kind of cool event.
Base hit by Kendall. Cameron will be held up. Mike Cameron had his bowl-a-thon last night. All fun had by. I noticed, Telly, the pitchers threw with their offhand. They bowled with their opposite hand last night.
Hey, you got to protect that arm. That's your living right there. But Mark DeFelice, the smartest guy out of everyone, because he had 3 guys on his team that actually had bowled perfect games in their life. So his team obviously won, and that's kudos to Mark DeFelice for being smart enough to be able to find out and pick the guys who were the best bowlers.
How about a strike left-handed? Did you see it?
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
That was all right.
DeFelice, smart in his choice of team and skilled in his left-handed bowling. How are you with your left? Are you okay with your left?
I can't do much with my left hand. In all honesty, no.
Well, there was a good cause last night. They raised a lot of money. Usher's New Look Foundation, and kudos to Mike Cameron.
Yeah, you don't want your pitchers to be, firing around 16-pound bowling balls all night.
Who was that pitcher that was such a good bowler?
Tom Candiotti's a good bowler.
John Burkett?
There's another one, yeah.
I think he had a 300 game, as I recall. We'll have to hit the Wikipedia for that one. Escobar at the plate with 2 on, nobody out. The Brewers with 10 hits already.
So you didn't like my Tom Candiotti mention?
No,
he was in my era. He could bowl. He was a good bowler.
Well, you never faced John Burkett?
No.
I enjoyed it very much. I thought you added to the conversation with your Tom Candiotti.
You like that? Candy Man, we're going to see Candy a couple of weeks.
Did he throw a knuckleball down the lane?
Had a good hook. Do a curveball too. Former Brewer.
Escobar gets jammed, but muscles one into right. A base hit and an RBI. And it's 7-4 Brewers, and Escobar is driven in a pair.
Neither one of these pitchers very sharp tonight. I mean, you look at all the damage on the board already. 11 runs, 18 hits, and we're only halfway through the 3rd inning. Look at the location, up in the zone, right down the middle. Escobar thinking about going to right field. He goes that way, jams himself just a bit, but because the Pirates are setting up in double play depth, no way Delwyn Young can get there. Both pitchers really up in the zone, and that's why you see all the base hits.
Parra up there to bunt, pushes one foul.
And Zach Duke 1 hit away from a season high. And we're only in the 3rd inning.
And he's already given up a season high in runs. Previous high was 6. 7 on the board on 11 hits. Another one bunted foul. I was looking at Duke's numbers this year. Zach Duke, in all but 2 of his starts, he's gone at least 6 innings. Matter of fact, he pitched at least 7 innings for a 3rd straight start when he beat the Reds last time out.
And 16 times this year. 7 or more innings. It's not going to happen tonight.
Good 2-strike bunt. Oh, Pierce fires to 3rd for the out. Kendall thrown out at 3rd base. Looked like for a moment Parra had executed, but Pierce crashing in on him. Makes a nice play to get the out at 3rd base.
Came from nowhere. He came flying in and took the ball right away from Zach Duke, who didn't really, I think, realize he was there, and got Jason at 3rd base easily. The advantage of not having to hold the runner on. First and second, first baseman can cheat. Ideally, you'd like to bunt that ball toward the 3rd baseman, but with 2 strikes, you just got to get it on the ground.
Almost a collision at the mound. 2 on, 1 away. And back to the top of the order, Felipe Lopez. Lopez 0 for 2. 2 groundouts in the 1st inning. Brewers brought 10 men to the plate. Lopez made the 1st out and the last out. And he bounces that one over to LaRoche, to Delwyn Young, and a 5-4-3 double play. The Brewers get a run on 3 hits, and they add to their lead. It's now 7-4 Milwaukee. In 1996, the Atlanta Braves acquired 14-game winner Denny Nagel from the Pirates for a pair of minor leaguers. It was Ron Wright and Corey Pointer, and there was a player to be named later as well who turned out to be Jason Schmidt. Nagel would win 20 games for the Braves in 97 the next year, and 16 more in 98. Big trade between the Braves and the Pirates, and you can't help thinking about the Braves and the Pirates without thinking about Sid Bream and Barry Bonds.
Yeah, were they good bowlers too?
Very good bowlers. Denny Nagel. The train whistle. 7-4. The Brewers lead the Pirates on a wild night here at Miller Park. A lot of offense already. How about 18 hits through the first 3 innings? As the roof begins to close.
Not supposed to rain, is it? I think it's because it's getting a little bit cool out. They'll close it because of cool weather. Everybody comfortable in the ballpark.
That's what it's there for. Into right, pretty well hit. Bourgeois going back with room. And McCutchen is retired, and for the first time tonight, the Pirates have their leadoff batter out as the Aflac Duck comes in. What team did the Brewers hitting coach Dale Swaim end his Major League Baseball playing career with? I'll give you a hint. He was replaced by Aramis Ramirez in his final game.
Dale was a Yankee. Actually got a World Series ring from the Yankees. Told me he spent most of the year warming up pitchers in the bullpen. Toward the end of his career. At least he's got the ring. Got a couple rings.
Yeah. Red Sox 2004 and the Yankees. How many guys have rings with the Red Sox and the Yankees?
Right.
Interesting. Gotta look that one up. Johnny Damon would like to turn that trick. Damon is homered tonight for New York. We talked about Yankee Stadium as a home run friendly ballpark. Johnny Damon and Derek Jeter are both homered. CC Sabathia pitching tonight. The Yankees lead the White Sox 2-2. And that one's in the 8th inning. And down goes Delwyn Young. Parra strikes him out. 2 up and 2 down. Batting stance guy. See if you can guess who this swing belongs to. We'll have the answer for you in tonight's Brewers live post-game show. You can text 234-234 keyword Brewers with your guess.
Is that his legal name? Batting stance guy?
I think so. BSG. BSG's going to be here on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's going to be, matter of fact, he's going to be in your seat.
Really? The whole game?
We've got an authorization to use the telestrator from somebody not named Schroeder.
Oh, really?
Does that thing still work?
It does. Just haven't had to really use it yet tonight.
There's a base hit for Garrett Jones. A 2-out hit for Jones and another base runner for the Pirates.
Well, you see the location of the fastball up there as the telestrator does work, partner.
It's a nice line.
Up in the strike zone, and normally when pitches end up there, you know, Zach Duke's been leaving a few pitches up in that area, and they get hit hard.
Is that Elmo over there? How your circle's coming along?
I tell you, you know, that's what the telestrator you do. You make circles and lines. I'm not sure what else you can do.
Ball and a strike on Andy LaRoche. Intentionally walked in the first and a base hit in the third. Breaks his bat. Escobar ranging over, flips to Lopez for the out. Side retired. Manny has a clean inning, a scoreless fourth.
chance to tour Miller Park, visit the clubhouse, and even throw from the bullpen mound. All proceeds from this event benefits Brewers Charities and the UWM College for Kids Smile program. Guys?
All right, Telly, thanks a lot. That's always a great program.
I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to be dressing the ladies at lunch.
Nice.
Ken Mock is going to be there. Casey McGee is going to be addressing some of the questions that the ladies have about baseball and just the life of a baseball player and a manager.
Right. Great questions. I did that event a couple of years ago, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, good program the Brewers have put on. New pitcher is Chris Butchek. Jason Bourgeois leads off, and his last time up, he toe-tapped one out of here. Bourgeois with his first career Major League homer. They put the Brewers on top 6-4 at the time. Brewers have added one more, and they lead 7-4 with Butchek on the mound in relief of Zach Duke, his worst outing of the year. Zach Duke goes 3 innings, gives up 11 hits and 7 earned runs. 7-4 Milwaukee. Bourgeois takes another strike. Final numbers on Zach Duke, just not his night tonight. The All-Star this year.
Well, he was due. He's been very good this year. His last 3 starts have been tremendous. He wasn't able to keep the fastball down tonight at all. None of his pitches, for that matter.
Butchek retires Bourgeois for out number 1, and here comes Ryan Braun.
Butchek off to a slow start with the Pirates. It's only his 5th game. Got called up August 8th. Big kid with a good sinking fastball. So, as Jason Bourgeois will tell you, when he's on, he gets a lot of ground ball outs.
Well, Fielder belted his 150th home run of his career. Ryan Braun has 98. And a part of an impressive list. And there is number 99. Ryan Braun sends one way out of here. 8-4 Milwaukee. As Braun belts his 28th of the season. And a home run away from 100 in his career.
Well, he waited back nicely. Another pitch up in the zone, and Ryan able to wait back and knock it way back and left. Boy, such a nice, easy swing for Ryan. My goodness. Slider stayed in the middle part of the plate. Ryan Braun able to wait back and get the barrel on it, and knew it right away. Put his head down, ran to first, didn't even watch it. Landed halfway back in that second deck.
And here's Fielder now. So Braun and Fielder have homered in this game. Braun on the doorstep of a milestone with 99 now. He is on some kind of list. We're talking about those who have achieved 100 home runs in their first 3 seasons in the big leagues. And it is a who's who, topped by Ralph Kiner and Albert Pujols, both belting 114 home runs in their first 3 seasons of action. Now Braun now all by himself for 6th place on this list. He passes Frank Robinson, who did it with the Cincinnati Reds. DiMaggio is next for Braun. He is 8 home runs shy of that mark. He and Teixeira with 107. Any kind of list with Joe DiMaggio is a good list.
You betcha.
You got Eddie Matthews on that list, who did most of that damage in Milwaukee as a Brave. His first year was in Boston, Eddie Matthews, and the next 2 years as a Milwaukee Brave. And even Prince, who had 50 home runs in his second season, the youngest to belt 50, not on that list, as Fielder pops it up and out number 2. We made a comparison between Braun and Ralph Kiner when we hit the air. Kiner, of course, a great Pirate in the mid-40s. Had a 50 homer season did Ralph Kiner in his second year in the big leagues.
Wasn't able to do that. Well, that's tough to do way back then.
50 home runs in an era when home runs weren't as big of a part of the game as it is now.
And it's still tough to do. 50. That doesn't happen all the time.
So in the pre-performance enhancing drugs era, I guess you could call it, Kiner had the best home run per at-bat ratio. He homered about every 14 at-bats. Ryan Braun's about one every 18.4 at-bats.
I would imagine that percentage or that at-bat ratio for Ryan would be even better had he been able to walk a little bit more. You know, if Ryan had a better eye at the plate, and that's something that he's been working on all season. I believe as the years go by, he's going to continue to improve in that area.
That ball drops between Pierce and Doman. And McGee's going to live to see another pitch. Could score that one an error if they want it.
Hit somebody's glove, I think, didn't it?
Looks like it got a piece of Steve Pierce's glove.
Well, it's got to be caught.
Yeah.
And that's a first baseman's ball all the way. Anytime you can avoid having a catcher catch a foul ball like that, you've got to do it. First baseman has to take charge.
Ball and 2 strikes. And the count 2-2.
Catcher's really not designed to be catching pop-ups. A little bit tougher than it is with a first baseman.
And McGee strikes out. He chases one. The inning is over, but Ryan Braun with home run number 99 steps out of the shadow of Frank Robinson, who had 98. Zach Duke chased after 3 innings, 11 hits and 7 runs. Parra still out there trying to settle this game down a little bit. Ryan Doman leads off. Parra trying to keep that leadoff hitter off base. First 3 innings of this game, the Pirates had their first batter reach. Parra, pretty clean inning last inning. Did give up a 2-out hit, but it was a ground ball that found a hole. And Parra quick quickly retire the next hitter. He needs some stress-free innings as Doman pops this one up into right center. Cameron's got it, and out number one. How about our Aflac trivia tonight? Aflac! Duck wants to know, what team did Brewers hitting coach Dale Swaim end his playing career with? Aflac! And the answer would be the Pittsburgh Pirates. Kendall was his teammate that year in '99. He finished his career. Aramis Ramirez was just starting. He was the young prospect coming up.
Yeah, and Dale spent a few years as a manager in the Pirate minor league organization.
The Altoona Curve.
Yeah.
Double-A in the Eastern League for the Pirates.
So Dale has certainly, done what he has been asked to do to prepare himself to, be a coach at the big league level.
Well, Dale Swaim did what a lot of minor league managers want to accomplish or try to accomplish. Ken Maka took the same route. You manage in the minor leagues and you get that opportunity, you take it, and that's why Dale basically retired. He wanted to pursue that side of it, and then as soon as you get a chance to be a big league coach, you take it, you get yourself in the big league circle, and then you have that managerial experience to go along with it, and then hopefully you get a managerial job. That's what happened with Ken Maka.
Well, there aren't too many, either managers or coaches that haven't gone down to the minor leagues to learn, how to be a coach, how to be a manager. Mike Scioscia didn't do that.
Yeah, man, he was one of the first that, although he did scout and do some coordinating where he went through all the Dodgers minor league system, he never managed a club until he managed the Angels at the big league level. Things worked out all right.
Yeah, he's done pretty well.
In a World Series championship. There's a lot of great managers, though, in the minor leagues, and they're hoping for their chances. Tough job to get. Parra walks Lastings Milledge. I think the next manager, or the next guy to get a managerial job coming from the minor leagues, might be Pat Listach. He seems to be on everybody's short list. He managed in the Cubs system, and now the third base coach in Washington. Good friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And a fantasy camp coach.
Yes. Well, he managed pretty well. I mean, his team in fantasy camp did pretty well. So
well, that counts. It's all about getting the most out of your players. McGee fires to Lopez. The Brewers go around the horn to turn a double play. And Manny Parra with another scoreless inning. Odds are you'll like them. By Airtran. Go. There's nothing stopping you. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing.
And tonight's Tavern of the Game winner is the Hutch in Grafton. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Brewers home game this year. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. Running out of home games. Better call quick.
Yeah, the Brewers wrap up this homestand on Sunday. The Wisconsin native Jason Jaramillo is catching for Ryan Doumit. Trying to get a report on Doumit and why he's been removed from the game. Yeah, the home schedule coming to an abrupt end. The Brewers will finish the finish the regular season on the road. The next homestand, a little choked up about it.
Went fast.
I'm telling you, not easy.
Yeah, right. You want me to finish?
You got tissue? Brewers will have a long homestand after their trip to Chicago and Arizona. So really just 2 more homestands. You got the Giants and the Cardinals coming in next. And then the Astros, the Cubs, and the Phillies all coming in for the final homestand at the end of September. Corey Hart will travel with the team to St. Louis. He's hoping to return for the next homestand. If that sways you one way or the other for a ticket purchase.
J.J. Hardy probably will be back as well.
Yeah, Ken Maka said as much yesterday. Ball and 2 strikes on Cameron. Chris Butchek back on the mound, and Cameron strikes out. And the first time he's been retired here tonight.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Butchek. Manny Parr and Northwestern Mutual invite you to drop off school supplies this weekend during the Brewers Drive for Charity. Get a Manny Parr pin with every donation. For complete details, call 414-902-4000.
Good crowd on a Friday night. Not a cloud in the sky when we started, but the roof has closed now as that one is sent deep into right center. McCutchen is there for the out. 2 up, 2 down for Butchek. And that leads us to our U.S. Cellular text to vote question. It was 20 years ago this week that Pete Rose received a lifetime ban from baseball. And we want to know your opinion. Should Pete be reinstated into baseball? You can text your answer to 234-234. W for yes, X for no. 234-234. We'll give you the final results at the end of the week. "37 games remain for the Brewers. And Milwaukee 5 games under 500, trying to avoid going 6 under for the first time. Here is Escobar with 2 hits tonight. 2 singles and 2 RBIs, and both of them to the right side.
Yeah, Brewers need 50 home runs in their next 37 games to get to that magical 200 home run mark. Got a pretty good shot at that.
Yeah, I like it.
You got to figure if they're able to get that, pretty good chance they're going to be scoring some runs and winning some games.
Well, the Brewers have hit 150 homers in 128 games, including tonight. Ken Maka wondering where the power was going to come from. Well, tonight it has come from the usual suspects in Braun and Fielder. But surprising power from Jason Bourgeois, who belted his first career Major League homer in the 2nd inning. Big fastball from Butchek.
Gets it up there pretty good, doesn't he? 96.
Well, that's Escobar In the first inning, the 8th batter in the inning drove in a run with a single to right, and then his next time up in the 3rd, he cued one to right again, drove in Cameron once again. 2 RBIs for Escobar.
Thing of beauty for Ken Mock and Dale Swaim. They don't want Escobar to think about pulling the baseball. Last thing they want to see him do is start thinking about home runs.
Pops it up to Millage, and that's the side. 3 up, 3 down for Buchek. 8-4 Brewers. We head to the 6th. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Harley-Davidson and the Brewers have teamed up for an offer to learn how to ride a motorcycle at Miller Park. Go to millerparklearntoride.com until August 31st and enter for your chance to win.
Manny Parra back on the mound for the 6th inning. He's given up 4 runs on 8 hits, but has put together back-to-back scoreless innings as he faces Luis Cruz to lead off. Pirates will have a pinch hitter next. Brian Bixler will hit for the pitcher. Escobar takes a tough hop and in time for the out.
Manny's starting to get the ball down pretty good right now after a very rough 3 innings. Faced 1 over the minimum. Pitches more on the corners, down in the strike zone, getting some ground ball outs.
Plenty of turbulence in the first 3 innings. Pittsburgh had the bases loaded in the first with 1 out, couldn't score. Manny got a ground ball double play out of Domet. There's a deep fly ball to center field. Cameron will watch this one bounce into the corner and bounce out of here. A ground rule double as Brian Bixler swinging at the first pitch. A pinch hit double with 1 out in the 6th.
Seems like every time Manny makes a mistake with his fastball, the Pirates are making him pay for it. Check this one out. Outer half up in the zone. And Bixler takes it deep into center field. Hit that one pretty well. Hits that one over toward right just a little bit. That's a homer.
Pinch hit double for Bixler. Andrew McCutchen at the plate. A couple of hits tonight. He drove in a pair of runs in the 2nd inning. An exciting young player here, Andrew McCutchen. A lot of pressure on McCutchen when he arrived to the big leagues. Pittsburgh traded away two very popular center fielders to make room for McCutchen, and he launches that one out of here. McCutchen with his 10th home run of the year, his 3rd hit of the game, and the Pirates come right back. It's now 8-6 Milwaukee.
Well, last 2 base hits, the double and the home run have come on pitches up in the zone. Check it out. It was supposed to be away. Look where it ends up. Middle in, up in the strike zone, and Andrew McCutchen gives it a ride. Back to a 2-run lead for the Brewers. Guys just don't go away, do they? They're pretty good hitters.
McCutchen is now homered in 4, or make it 3 times in his last 4 games.
Yeah, I know Delwyn Young in the first inning got a base hit on a split-fingered fastball up in the strike zone, but I think just about every one of the other hits have come on fastballs tonight. Mistake pitches, and they have been hitting them hard.
Pirates have 10 hits, and McCutchen has found his home run stroke. 4 RBIs for McCutchen tonight on 3 hits. Brewers got 5 in the first. But Pittsburgh keeps putting up deuces. The Brewers have scored in every inning tonight with the exception of the 5th. And yet still hooked up in a dogfight tonight.
3 2-run innings for the Pirates. That'll do it.
Young doubled in the first. He's 1 for 3. Parra struck him out last time up. Bullpen activity for the Brewers. You know, Maka would love to get Parra through this 6th. Young into left. Braun eases over, and he's got it. Lost it in the lights for a minute, but recovers to make the catch for out number 2. We want to invite you to help raise money for your favorite Brewers players charities during Brewers Charities bobblehead raffles presented by Fox Sports Wisconsin. Sunday, it's Jeff Suppan bobblehead day. You can visit the raffle table anytime through the 4th inning, and with every $5 donation, you'll have the chance to take home great prizes. All proceeds will be donated to the Brewers Charities to support military causes. Visit brewers.com/bobble raffle for more details. Chris Bosio, pitching coach, on his way back to the mound.
95 pitches right now for Manny Parra. I mean, his pitch count's in pretty good shape. I mean, one of the reasons for that is because the Pirates have been going after a lot of first pitch fastballs tonight. Some have been hit, some have been outs. As David Weathers gets loose.
A lot of runs allowed for Manny Parra, but his club still leads 8-6. 22 hits combined as we play in the top of the 6th inning. Here's Garrett Jones. Singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Nice play by Prince. He'll take it himself. Side retired. McCutchen belts his 10th homer of the year. The Brewers still lead by 2. answered as well. Andrew McCutchen with number 10, his third hit of the game, and he has 4 runs batted in. The Pirates with 3 2-run innings, and they have kept it close. Clements Racing Sausages. And Chorizo has had a good summer, but a nice late move for the victory by a nose, as expected. So having some fun at Miller Park, where the Brewers need to keep the hammer down. Manny Parra will be lifted for a pinch hitter. Manny finishes with 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. But in line for the win, Steven Jackson is on a pitch for the Pirates.
Yeah, 25th appearance so far this year. He was recalled from AAA back on August 12th. His 3rd stint with the Pirates this year. Did not retire a batter. Did not get an out his last time out on Wednesday.
Well, Jody Garrett has been swinging a hot bat here lately. Garrett on twice yesterday with walks. Started in right field and batted second. He led off on Wednesday and had 2 hits, including a home run. Chris Bosio talking it over with his protege Manny Parra.
Rough outing for Manny. 3rd consecutive start that Manny struggled, but still has a chance to win the game.
Well, you know, Bosio sitting there with Manny Parra, part sounding board, but also instruction time as well. You know, they'll break down innings and hitters and certain pitches in certain situations while it's fresh on his mind, if the pitcher wants to talk about it, as Garrett draws the walk.
Oh, he'll talk about it.
You know, Bosio will talk about it. But you can understand Bosio would allow some space for a pitcher who's just been taken out of the game.
Well, pretty much of that conversation is going to be positive by Bosio. I mean, you know, you start talking about, you know, the nuts and bolts. They come into the ballpark early tomorrow, sit Manny down in the video machines, and go through some of the things that they need to work on. Sometimes it's very tough for a coach to remain positive when things aren't going all that well, but they have to. That's their job. That's basically all they're able to do during the game. When the game's going on, there's not much they can do but be a cheerleader.
Part coach, part psychologist. It works all in the same wheel.
Well, you might get some coaches that are very good, technique type guys that you can break down a swing or a pitching motion, and really have a tough time with the other aspect of it, the psychological, the counselor aspect of being a coach. And you have coaches that can do both. That's the ones that stick around a long time. And most of your coaches that have stuck around a long time have very good hitters and pitchers to work with too.
Yes.
Make no mistake about that. Doesn't matter how good a coach you are if you don't have players that can execute.
See Leo Mazzoni. What a pitching staff he had in Atlanta.
Right.
For all those years. One ball, one strike on Lopez. And Felipe just missed one. Pops it up, a little out ahead of it. And the first out. Took a little off, and Lopez was fooled. Out number 1 for Steven Jackson. And here comes Bourgeois. It's a milestone home runs tonight. Wouldn't it be something if Braun could hit another one? And in the same game, you'd have 3 milestone homers. Fielder number 150, Bourgeois number 1, and Braun number 100. I'm sure Ryan would go for that.
Yeah, you hope the Brewers aren't done scoring. So it'd be nice to see Ryan hit another one, maybe with somebody on base.
Eight to 6, the Brewers lead the Pirates. First game of the series. Garrett had a big lead over there. It looked like he wanted to run.
A little bit easier to run with Steven Jackson out there than Zach Duke. Jackson throws a split-fingered fastball, which is ordinarily tough for a catcher to handle and make a throw to second base. So if you pick the right pitch, pretty good chance to make it.
Big man, Steven Jackson, 6'5", 230. Garrett takes off. Bourgeois into center field. McCutchen on the run. And he'll run it down for the out. Covering some ground in center. It's out number 2. And that'll get Ryan Braun to the plate with Garrett still at first. Braun back in the second. Excuse me, in the fourth. Belted his 99th career home run. His second hit of the game. Braun is 2 for 3 at the plate.
Man, it's just amazing, incredible the names that he has been associated with his first 3 years in this league. He and Albert pretty much neck and neck on just about every list. When you're talking about their first 3 years in baseball in the major leagues, that's a pretty good guy to be tied to. Of course, Albert's been doing it for 10 years.
Now Pujols and Ralph Kiner have the record for most homers in their first 3 seasons. You think about the history of baseball. Only 5 players in the history of the game have had at least 100 home runs in their first 3 seasons in the big leagues. And then you think about Ryan Braun missing the first 6 weeks of the 07 season because he was in AAA. He had 12 home runs down there that year before his promotion in late May.
So then he should get to the middle of May next year.
You would think.
Doesn't work that way.
Well, it was a big argument, remember, between Braun and Tulowitzki. Those two finished neck and neck for Rookie of the Year in 07. Braun won the award, but Tulowitzki only by a couple of votes finished behind him. And the argument on the Tulowitzki side was Tulowitzki was good enough to make the team out of spring training and play all season. And Brewers fans use the same argument. Braun didn't need nearly the at-bats or games to produce huge numbers.
Right.
Back then, Ryan Braun was the third baseman. Garrett takes off. Braun slices one to right. Jones will run it down. And the side is retired. Another scoreless inning for the Pirates pitchers. We head to the 7th. Brewers by 2. Park. And our Miller Lite, what's on tap? The Brewers and the Pirates continue the series tomorrow. We're on the air at 5:30 for Brewers Live. And then Sunday is an afternoon game, 12:30 is airtime. Monday, an off day, and then a series in St. Louis against the division leaders, the St. Louis Cardinals, who got another terrific start from John Smoltz tonight. 2 good ones for Smoltz.
6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Yeah, that's not bad.
David Weathers on the pitch. Weathers in relief of Manny Parra. Jody Garrett stays in the game to play right field.
Well, Weathers, Coffey, Hoffman hopes that that's going to bring home a victory as Jody Garrett stays in the game in right field. In the double switch. But Weathers in the 2 spot in the lineup.
By the way, the Cardinals are hosting Washington. The Nationals have taken the lead on St. Louis 2-1. It's in the 8th inning. So Smoltz will not factor in the decision, but pitch well.
Brewers going to see Smoltz on Thursday afternoon. How about that pitching that the Brewers are going to face? Pinheiro 11-9. You got Chris Carpenter 14-3, and John Smoltz
off the scrap heap. Maybe there's something to the Cardinals' notion that John Smoltz was tipping his pitches. That's what they saw in Boston. That's why they were so eager to pick him up. They thought they could fix him. Maybe they have. He's faced the Padres and the Nationals. That's a good hitting ball club in Washington. Lopez takes care of LaRoche for out number 1. David Weathers gets his first man. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin texts the broadcast booth. John in Madison wants to know, what has Chris Bosio done different with the pitchers since he became pitching coach?
Well, I really don't know, what the message is any different than what Billy Castro is trying to send. But sometimes when you have a struggling pitching staff or a struggling offense, it's just one of those unfortunate things in sports where the coach has to go, and maybe a different voice, a different way to deliver the same message is going to help. I know one thing. Chris Bosio is a firm believer in pitching inside on a regular basis, and I know Billy Castro was as well. I think it's just a matter of someone different delivering the same message sometimes. Sometimes it helps.
Fair ball. Fielder makes a great play and finishes it off. How about Prince? Robbing Jaramillo of extra bases as he delivers the second out.
He's turned into a very good first baseman. He's moved around very well this year. Picking his short hops, able to grab that one, keep it in the glove, and takes it himself. David Weathers was on his way over there, but once he saw the big fella with a big head of steam, he just backed off.
Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Weathers enjoyed that one. What a player Prince is. Been fun to watch. Been impressed with his defense this year. He worked hard at it. He and Willie Randolph spent a lot of time this spring doing a lot of unusual drills that I had not seen. Willie obviously used him as a member of the Yankees coaching staff, but a lot of drills to work on his hands and getting Prince to trust his hands defensively.
Trust his hands defensively like he trusts his hands with the bat. That was a way of putting it to Prince I've never heard it put that way. I mean, that's kind of the thing that we're talking about with coaches and delivering messages. Sometimes, I'm sure that every infield coach and every coach that Prince has been trying to tell him to work with his hands, but to say it in reference to his offense and comparing it to his offense that's ingenious.
There's a liner into right center. Jody Garrett runs it down. Millage is out. David Weathers has a nice 3-up, 3-down inning, the first of the night for the Brewers. Prince leads off when we come back.
Speaking of scattered, the Brewers could use a couple of more runs here, up 2 in the 7th. Brian?
All right, Craig, Davey, thanks a lot. Big topic of discussion on who will indeed be called up this year, the September call-ups. You get to September 1st, you can expand your Major League roster from 25 to 40. Joel Hanrahan is on the pitch for the Pirates. He's the 4th pitcher used in this game. Hanrahan facing Prince Fielder to lead off this 7th.
Another big guy coming out of that Pirate bullpen. Hanrahan's got a good arm, just like first 2 guys coming out of the pen. 90, 96 miles an hour with a fastball. A good 2-seamer. He's been hit hard this year, though. ERA around 6.
One thing to remember about the call-up situation, the Nashville Sounds, they are still in a pennant race. Their season doesn't end until the 7th of September. So depending on how far they go, that will affect who gets called up and when they get called up. Prince belted career homer number 150 in the 1st. He and Braun have homered in this game. And Prince draws a walk. It's the 7th time this year that those 2 have homered in a game. The Brewers are 4-2, or make it 5-2 in those games. 4-2 with the outcome pending tonight. And the smooth segue to the Brewers and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and the fact that they've teamed up to bring you a fantastic deal. Get 1 Terrace Reserve ticket to select Brewers games at Miller Park, and 1 Reserve Bleacher ticket to a select Timber Rattlers game in Appleton, plus a special t-shirt for all just $15. Details call 414-902-4000. Visit brewers.com. McGee with Fielder at first. Casey singled his first time up. He's 1 for 3. Back up the middle. Young steps on the bag and turns the double play.
It doesn't really seem to matter which one of the Pirates, whether it be early in the season or right now. Different group of guys out there. Their defense has been very good. We talked about they have the fewest errors in the National League. 3rd in double plays coming into action tonight with 133. They've turned 2 tonight. Good play by Delwyn Young, who can play the outfield, play the infield, and turns a nice double play. That was a tricky hop. Came pretty close to the bag at second.
And Young having to deal with Fielder crashing it on him as well. Mike Cameron at the plate, presented by Wendy's. Oh, and 2 to Cameron. Cameron down on strikes, so a scoreless 7th. We head to the 8th. Brewers 8, Pirates 6. Braun Sweet.
And part, you know, the winner will get 12 tickets to the game, 2 preferred parking passes, ballpark fare, and a chance to meet Ryan Braun after batting practice. Proceeds will be donated to Brewers Charities with an earmark for the Little Brewers Baseball Club.
Nicely done.
All about teamwork. You and I.
All about it.
Good team.
A lot of promos tonight. A lot of stuff going on at the ballpark that we want to make sure we disseminate to the audience. A lot going on. David Weathers back on the mound. 8-6. The Brewers lead it. Weathers a 3-up, 3-down 7th inning. First time tonight the Pirates have been retired in order. Bottom of the Pittsburgh order due up here in the 8th. Steve Pearce, Luis Cruz, and then the pitcher spot. Escobar backhands. And a good play. Made it look easy. 4 in a row retired by Weathers.
Yeah, good soft hands and nice backhand pickup and easy throw with a Prince. Effortless arm over there.
Here's the Pirates shortstop, Luis Cruz. Hitless tonight. Each club in double-digit hit totals. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Pirates. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Brew Crew. Brewers have bashed 3 homers tonight. Fielder, Bourgeois, and Braun. Prince started it early, a 3-run homer in the first. And Braun belted his in the 4th. Three balls and a strike on Cruz. Weathers last pitched on Wednesday against his old club, the Reds. 2/3 of an inning. He hit a batter in that inning. And Maka pulled him after he had gotten the next 2 outs, and he hits one here. He drills Luis Cruz. So that's going to get the tying run to the plate.
Now, you hate to allow the number 8 hitter in the lineup to get on base. Cruz had been 0 for 3. Weathers fell behind and just let one go, got him on the elbow. The tying run marches to the plate for the Pirates.
And it's going to be Ronnie Cedeno. And Maka sends Jason Kendall to the mound for a visit. Cedeno has 4 home runs this year in the National League. 2 of those homers coming against the Brewers. And he has a pair of pinch hits in his last 2 games. He has a fracture on the tip of his right pinky finger.
He's still able to hit. He's a guy that likes to pull the baseball. You got to be careful with a fastball middle in. You got to force him to take it to the opposite field. But that's ordinarily what Weathers likes to do anyway. Everything away.
Todd Coffey and Mitch Stetter loosening in the bullpen. Tying run at the plate. The Brewers lead 8-6. And Cedeno out in front of one. Cameron, an easy play in center field for out number 2.
Yeah, good pitch by Weathers. Took something off and had him out in front.
Well, here comes a big test for David Weathers and decision time for Ken Maka. And Maka is on his way. So Weathers will be removed and is not pleased about it. With the tying run coming up and 2 outs, Maka is going to make the call to the bullpen. and go with Todd Coffey. Take a timeout. We'll set up Coffey when we come back. Two-run innings, and the tying run is coming up with 2 outs in the 8th, and Ken Macha deciding to take Weathers out, going with Todd Coffey in this spot, his 60th appearance of the season.
Yeah, he's been worked quite a bit lately. Tuesday against Cincinnati, pitched 3 innings and had a tough time in that 3rd. Allowed a couple of home runs and took a loss. First time back on the mound since that appearance. Well, you figure it's going to be Coffey to get 1 out, and then you got to figure Trevor Hoffman to come in the 9th if the Brewers still have the lead.
Well, Coffey has allowed 6 homers all year, had allowed just 4 before his last outing. And for the first time in his career, he pitched 3 innings in a game. That was on Tuesday night in that 13-inning loss to the Reds. Joey Votto and Lance Nix homered off Coffey. So he's had a couple of days off. And you know Macha wanting the power sinker and the velocity of Todd Coffey against a guy who's shown he can hit the ball out of the ballpark in Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen has homered tonight. He has 4 RBIs. He's a triple away from the cycle.
And as usual with a lot of these hitters, got to be careful if you're Coffey with that first pitch fastball for a strike. It's a dangerous pitch. And they start him with a slider.
And he gets a strike on the corner. The Brewers will have the bottom of their order in the bottom of the 8th. Pitcher spot not due up until the 5th slot at this point on the double switch. Remember, Jody Garrett came in and stayed in the game. He pinch hit for Parra. So some flexibility here with Ken Macha, but you'd probably like to see Coffey just finish this one off and turn the ball over to Hoffman if need be. Finish this inning off, I should say.
Been all sliders so far, 4 of them. Coffey finds himself down in the count. Well, you know what McCutchen's looking for. He's looking for a fastball middle in, something he can jerk out of here, tie it up.
McCutchen hit a walk-off home run against the Phillies earlier this week as Coffey pours a fastball in for a strike.
And a good sink right at the bottom of the strike zone.
That'll fill the count. Prince Fielder will back up at first. That'll give Cruz a head start. Tying run at the plate. 8th inning, 3-2. And down goes McCutchen. Coffey strikes him out, comes all the way back. A foul tip into the mitt of Kendall. And the inning is over. And the Brewers keep their lead intact as we head to the home 8. Todd Coffey comes on and strikes out a very hot hitter.
Good. A hot hitter getting beat on a pretty good pitch.
Coffey was ready for more, too.
Wasn't sure if he knew how many outs there were.
He was standing on the mound. Give me the ball back. I'm ready to go. Denny Bautista will pitch for the Pirates. Another guy with a good arm. And he'll pitch the 8. Jason Kendall, Alcides Escobar, and Jody Garrett. 8-6. The Brewers lead the Pirates. They've out-hit them 12-10. A lot of offense early. Milwaukee scored 5 runs in the first inning and have had some necessary tack-on runs in this one. Kendall has been on twice tonight. He walked and scored in the first inning and singled to right field in the third.
Yeah, Bautista, another guy that has come into this ball game that has been brought up from AAA this month. Middle of August he came up.
Kendall into center field. McCutchen a long way to go. He'll run it down. 1 gone here in the 8th. Time to get you caught up with our Menards game reset. Brewers Pirates, game 1 of this 3-game series. Fielder career home run number 150, a 3-run shot in the first inning. Fielder has homered in 3 consecutive games. Bourgeois with his first career home run. That came in the second inning. And then Ryan Braun, number 99 of his Major League career. 2 hits for Braun tonight. His 28th homer of the year, now at 94 runs batted in. 3 home runs for the Crew gives him 150 for the season. McCutchen has the lone Pirate home run. And the all-time saves leader begins to get loose. It's been a while since we heard AC/DC ringing through Miller Park.
It's going to be nice, isn't it? He pitched in a couple of games in Cincinnati, but they don't play Hell's Bells unless it's a save situation. Came in and tie game twice.
Last home save opportunity for Hoffman was August 13th. That was against San Diego. That was another game where the Brewers had a big lead and didn't expect to see Trevor Hoffman, but he was in there anyway. Same tonight. 1 out, Escobar the batter. 2 for 3 at the plate. Couple of RBIs. You think it's one thing to live out a dream to play Major League Baseball. For a Venezuelan player to live out that dream playing shortstop in the major leagues is the ultimate. So much so that pretty much every Venezuelan kid wants to be a shortstop. It's like Luis Aparicio and Omar Vizquel, Ozzie Guillen.
Not the good ones.
You know, Pablo Sandoval of the Giants, he wanted to be a shortstop so bad that he taught himself how to throw right-handed. He's naturally a left-handed thrower. The Giants' third baseman.
He's a switch hitter, pretty good from both sides of the plate. That's probably why.
The switch hitter and a switch thrower.
Ambidextrous.
Escobar strikes out. Out number 2 for Bautista. So our U.S. Cellular text to vote question, we'll update it for you here. We're going to keep it going through Sunday. Yes or no to this question: should Pete Rose be reinstated into baseball? It's the 20th anniversary of that lifetime ban, if you want to call it that. 234-234 is the text number. 2 outs for Jody Garrett. Garrett's second plate appearance. He pinch hit and walked in the 6th.
Different hitter. I mean, just looks like a different hitter up there than he did when he first came over. And for about a month after. Maybe longer. Got a few starts, started to get a little bit of confidence seeing the baseball, and really looks good at the plate.
Garrett is from Chicago, so he's glad to be back in the Midwest. Has a lot of friends and family coming up to the ballpark quite often. Played his college ball at Stanford.
Smart kid.
Been quiet offensively for the Brewers since the 4th inning. All 8 of their runs coming in the first 4 frames. And since Braun's homer in the 4th, the Brewers have just 2 base runners to show for it. A couple of walks. Two and 2 to Garrett. And he hangs in there. Count remains 2-2.
You got to feel good about yourself offensively. You score 8 runs in a ball game, whether it's the first inning or it takes you 9 innings to do it. You would think you'd have a comfortable lead with an 8-run output. Of course, on the Pirates side, you score 6 runs, you're feeling pretty good.
Brewers have never trailed, but it has been close on a couple of occasions. As Garrett strikes out, Bautista goes right through the order. And here comes Trevor Hoffman. Save opportunity coming up. Trevor Hoffman back on the mound at Miller Park. His first save opportunity here at home since August 13th, when he saved a game against the Padres. 27 saves, 29 chances, 41st appearance of the year for the 41-year-old.
Well, got a couple of runs to work with. 41st appearance, and he's only blown 2 saves. Got the heart of the order coming up for the Pirates.
Delwin Young leads off. Counsell enters the game at third base for Casey McGee. Hoffman's last save came in Washington, and it was a 9-pitch save against the Nationals for number 27 of the year. That was last Saturday. Pitched a couple of times in the Red Series, both non-save situations. Changeup, Young way out in front.
Changeup, an awfully good pitch for a team like the Pirates that are sitting fastball and attack early. Keep them off balance with that changeup.
Baseball's all-time saves leader. That one just missed. Hoffman, an all-star this year. His 7th all-star appearance, his first in a uniform outside the San Diego Padres. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Delwin Young. And he got him. Hoffman burns the edge with a fastball.
Yeah, got him looking changeup and threw the fastball right on the corner. Even at 87 miles an hour, you're looking at a changeup. Tough to react to the fastball. How about that? Right on the outside corner. And gets him. Very dangerous to be looking for pitches with 2 strikes.
So Young retired. And here is Garrett Jones. And a strike on the inside corner. Another fastball from Hoffman, 88 miles an hour. That's one of the fastest he's thrown this year. Jones, a big home run hitter, has 15 home runs in just 48 games. Just missed.
Another one.
The signature pitch, and it's 1-2 on Jones.
A dandy pitch on a young team. Team of young hitters that go up there looking heater.
What does he do here? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another changeup. Jones able to check his swing.
Yep, he checked it.
One thing to keep in mind about Jones, he runs well. He's a big guy, but he has some speed. Two and two to count on Garrett Jones. 1 man gone here in the 9th. Trevor deals. And a bouncer over to Fielder. He's got it. Hoffman covers and a strike, but the ball pops out of Hoffman's glove. And Jones is going to be safe. A low throw from Prince. And with Jones' speed down the line, Fielder knew he had to hurry. And Jones is able to get there.
Well, Prince decided to play the hop. He went back a little bit, able to handle it, but as you mentioned, the throw a little bit low. Handcuffing Hoffman, but that's certainly a ball that Hoffman will tell you he's got to catch. And it's going to go down as an error to Trevor. Good changeup down and in. Just couldn't handle the throw. It was there.
So Trevor charged with an error. And the tying run is at the plate. Andy LaRoche, the batter. Pittsburgh's cleanup hitter, not your prototypical cleanup man. And he pops one foul out of play. LaRoche has 6 homers this year, one of them against Milwaukee. Last year it was LaRoche who was credited with a hit in the CC Sabathia one-hit shutout. The only thing that separated the second no-hitter in franchise history. Trevor has him down 0-2. Andy LaRoche, only 2 career at-bats against Trevor Hoffman. Tonight, LaRoche is 1 for 3. Tying run at the plate, 8-6. The Brewers lead it. Tightening up here in the 9th at Miller Park.
This continues to pour the strikes in. Now's a fastball away. Rhodes feels as though he had a pitch to hit there. It was away, but it was up. And Trevor got away with one there.
"13 pitches for Hoffman, 9 of them strikes." Brewers are set up for a double play ball. And the 0-2 is fouled away. LaRoche able to get down and foul one off to stay alive. Well, Trevor is mostly a fastball changeup pitcher, but on occasion this year he has thrown sliders to right-handed batters.
Last thing you want to do is make a mistake with your third best pitch in this situation. You want to hang that.
See what he does with LaRoche. 0-2 the count. Down in the dirt. Kendall blocks it. Keeps the double play intact. Coming back with a changeup. The 1-2. Got it. Struck him out. Trevor changes up on the outside corner, and LaRoche is gone. Out number 2. Strikeout number 2 for Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah, good battle by Andy LaRoche. He hung in there for a while, but then finally got a pitch just off the outside corner. Went with a fastball. And LaRoche comes up empty. Behind it. Back of his mind thinking change up. Gave him the fastball.
So 2 gone. Still a runner at first. And here is Jaramillo. Jaramillo from Racine entered this game midway through. And 2. Hoffman continues pouring in the strikes. The 0-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Jaramillo.
That's where you want to leave that changeup when you're up in the count 0-2. Bounce another one.
Count evens. Fastball from Hoffman. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Jason Jaramillo. John Russell's second catcher in this game. With a lot of friends and family in the ballpark. Hoffman trying to finish him off. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Kendall secures it at first, and the ball game is over. An 8-6 Milwaukee win. Trevor Hoffman saves number 28. Career save number 582 for Trevor Hoffman. 3 home runs in the game. Fielder, Bourgeois, and Braun all go deep. And the Brewers win for the first time on this homestand. Manny Parra is the winner. We'll take a timeout and be back for Brewers Live right after the turn. So long, everyone.